Hello, and thank you for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you how to remove the bearing from this go-kart wheel and to install new bearings on both sides. This is the same procedure whether you have a riding mower, a go-kart, anything with bearings like this. These two wheels happen to come off a go-kart. This one here, the bearing's out already and it's all rusted up in there. And this one here we have to get out. I like to give tips along the way. Some are pertaining to the matter at hand, some are related to it. And this particular one, these two wheels came with, this had bad bearing, this didn't have any bearings. And we purchased some of the Harbor Freight wheels for the go-kart. Well, let me tell you, they're dangerous for the go-kart. They're great for wheelbarrows, for hand carts, but not for go-kart. The bearings inside those wheels gave out really quick. We brought them back, tried another set of wheels just in case we caught a bad set of wheels. Same thing happened again, and it's dangerous because what'll happen, if you're going slow enough, you'll see the wheel wobble. If not, that bearing will give out altogether and that wheel will have a total failure. So let's get started on getting this bearing out and replacing it. On this wheel, I'm going to have to take this and really clean the inside of this. There's a lot of rust in here that I have to get out. Plus, I think we need tires. What do you think, guys? All right. Now, getting these bearings out is fairly simple. You just get a punch, a piece of rebar, an old screwdriver, push it in. When you feel the bearing on the other side, you tap it until it comes out. And to replace these bearings, I picked them up off Amazon. I'll have the link for this down below if you need these bearings. I don't know how good these bearings are, but we'll find out soon enough. Let's see what we have in here. They come in a sleeve. What do you think, John?
They seem okay.
They look all right, huh?
And you got them from eBay, not Amazon.
No, these are Amazon. All right, when you're purchasing replacement bearings, if you take the seal off the bearing that's here, you'll have a number on it. When you go to order the new bearings, the seal of the old bearing will have a number on it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but all you do is get this number, punch it in, whether you're going to Amazon, eBay, to the local store. You bring that number with you, you use that number, and you'll get the exact bearing that you'll need for your unit. Now, whenever I get new bearings, regardless where I buy them from, I always open them up to make sure they have enough grease packed in there. You could buy inexpensive bearings, you could buy expensive bearings, and you'll find at times even the expensive bearings will have a lack of grease. Usually these pop right out, and today, because we're on, okay, here we go. Now look at this. This is ready for failure. There's barely, I don't think there's any grease in here. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. I don't know if any of you here are old enough. When years back we repacked the bearings on the car. Look at this, almost nothing. Generally what we would do, put a swab of grease in the palm of our hand and keep scooping like this until it comes out the other side, and then you would have enough grease in that bearing. So I'm going to take one more of these out because this is going to be a mess. Now they do have a tool where you can pack the bearings, but this is probably something you don't do often. By the time you get the tool in, you can have your unit up and running. By the way, this is the same procedure for the bearings on your lawnmower spindles, for the blades. Look at that. Well, now we know why we got the good price. John,
huh?
Come here. Your hands are clean?
Mm-hmm.
Every so often when that goes out, it doesn't matter if it's on or not. I just need you to tap it so I know I'm in frame, okay? Because my hands are going to have grease on them. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit of this grease in my hand. I didn't think I was going to need that much. I might have to go get the main tube. Okay. Now this is old school. You just keep pressing it in like that. Okay. And you can see, then press it hard enough. It's not coming out the other side. Okay, there we go. You can see it coming out the other side. And again, guys, regardless where you buy your bearings from, check it out. You could pay top dollar for a bearing, but there's still somebody in the factory somewhere that either did or didn't do their job. And quality control, what's that today? Now, I was expecting to have to put a little grease in here. I wasn't expecting it to have no grease. Okay. You want it in around those bearings. And the grease on the outside of this, I was going to put some grease on it anyway to slide it into the hub. Yeah, this is the fun part of the job. I'm glad I checked that out. I was just mentioning this as a tip, not expecting to find this. Look at that.
A lot of grease.
I got dirt on it. Okay, we're good with the grease. Clean my hands, and then we'll get this other bearing out. I think I'm gonna need more towels, John. Now this bearing, for some reason, was pushed in. I don't know what happened to that. But to get it out now, like I mentioned, just get this in there. You'll feel it when it's in there. Just say, is it coming? Oh, that one doesn't want to come out. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of oil in there to lubricate this. And then I'm going to get this bearing out, I'm going to put it on the ground, not to wreck my table. Let's see if the other one comes out any easier. Can't hit.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Say to the people, say to the people that if it's rusty, it might be more challenging to get out.
Yeah. And you can see the rusting. You can see the rusting here. It'll give it a little bit of a challenge to get out also. Like I said, I'm going to put this on the ground and bang away on that. I'll be right back. All right, this one took a little doing to get it out. I used some of my oil mix. This is something I use for my rusted bolts. You'll see this in a lot of the videos. It's 50% transmission fluid and 50% acetone. While that was soaking, I cleaned this other wheel out that was full of rust. Now over here, this one, we have a problem. Somebody, is the camera getting that? Somebody banged this down with a hammer. It looks like they were trying to get the bearing out by banging it out. That's why this one was probably pushed in. They were doing the same thing. But on this wheel, they did damage to the wheel. The camera's picking this up. They made a lip on the outside of this. and they distorted it somewhat. See this bearing? This bearing should fit in there snug. Watch this. Goes right in. So what they were doing, they were tapping it down with a hammer, trying to get it out. When I got it out, this was the side that you saw that was good. This one came right out. I just had to soak it a little bit, gave it 2 taps, popped right out. The other side, this is part of what's left, came out in pieces. But what they were doing, they were banging it in instead of pushing it out. Anyway, this over here, not sure how I'm going to correct this. I might just tap it down with a ball peen all the way around. Maybe put a spot or 2 or weld on the inside. Not quite sure how I'm going to do this one. Let me show you how to install this now. The installation is very simple. Get the bearing in position. You want it as square as you can get it. Now you could do this with a socket. I've done it before where I just get a large socket, put on the outside. Or you could get a block of wood. John, could you get me that hammer?
Yep, I can.
Get a block of wood. Okay. Make sure it's still square. You don't want it cockeyed. If you get it in there cockeyed, you want to get it out and start over again. And just tap it down until it's flush. Not yet. This table has too much bounce. See, it's going a little off center here. Again, I'm going to put this on the ground. This table has too much bounce to it to work on. I'll leave it on.
I'll bring it over there.
I'll leave it. Make a second when it's done. Don't have to worry about this one coming out, John.
Yeah.
And that block of wood gets it nice and flush. Now some bearings will have a flange on the outside. It looks like a little cap all around the edge, and you could only go in so deep. This one doesn't. So with a block of wood, you'll get it right. Now we'll get the other side. Make sure it's square. This side I probably could have did on a table. 2 taps and it went right in. And really, that's all there is to it. It's a simple process to do. You might get one that's rusted out. Again, this is a go-kart that Johnny bought a while back. It came with these wheels. Like I said, we tried the Harbor Freight wheels. Not only didn't they hold up, they were dangerous. We're going to try to air these up and see if they hold any air. They're pretty well cracked. It's time to change them, especially their front tires. We don't want to be playing around with bad front tires as Johnny goes racing down the road. And this one, this side's fine. This is the side with the problem. Should I keep that in the video? Or?
It's not in the video that good. You have to bring it.
Nah, should I keep this in the video?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So this wheel is completed. This one over here, again, I have to see what I'm going to do to straighten this out. Well, that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, let me know. Give it a like, it does help. If you have any questions or comments, post them down below. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. Hit that Joe Z icon. And not to miss my new videos as I upload them, be sure to ring that bell. Until next time, stay safe.